Very good morning according to London time and very good afternoon in Indian time. Let us start with pranam or salutation to Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru. Mr. Mark P. Jones, Chairman of this session, Sri Santosh Sarkar, President, BGRF, Dr. Banya Chakravarti, Conference Chair, Sri Dipendra Narayan Singha, Dr. Arun Kumar Shah, Dr. Mal Mukunda, Director, BGRF, Swami Sarvati, UK. Today I am very pleased to be with you in this second conference of ICHRF. So, in the keynote address, I have to speak on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and global peace. We all are searching for peace from the initial day of creation. We need peace, we try for peace, we work for peace. But tragedy is this, we do not find peace in the world. Continuously there is war, there is difference of opinion, there is variety of distractfulness, restlessness. So here, Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavan Sri Krishna can contribute if we study our scriptures. We will see really all the Upanishads, if it is combined, it will make a cow. And Sarva Upanishado Gabo Dogdha Gopalanandana. The milkman is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Partho Vatsa, Partha or Arjuna is the calf. Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat. Gita is like Amrita, nectar. This is the pure nectar, food for us, which can give us peace. So, Gita, what it says, the essence to remove all differences, all wars, all quarrels is actually said in the Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Je Jathaman Prapaddante Tangs Tathaiva Bhajamyaham Mama Bhatmanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvasar. Let people worship in various forms, in various ways of Hinduism, of Christianity, of Islam, Buddhism, Sikhism, and other. But all will be leading to the same goal. I am the one Lord. Lord is one. Lord is not many. God is one. We name it in different names. We give various names. As Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, we are going to collect water. Hindus collect from one ghat or place and call it jal. The Europeans collect and call it water. The Muslim or Islam people collect water from another place. They call it pani. Some call it aqua, but it is the same water. In chemical form, it is H2O, two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom make water molecule. So water is water always, but it is called jal, pani, water, aqua, bari, etc. So God is one. So Bhagavan Krishna says, Ye jatha mang prapaddante tangs tathaiva bhajamyaham. People with different religious beliefs and different conception of God invariably fight over which religion is true and whose conception of God is correct. Most wars in history have been fought for this one reason.
My name is Shujoy.
If only people could have been are made aware, if the people are made aware of Bhagavan Sri Krishna's assurances or his words of Gita in this matter, so much of bloodshed could have been avoided. And in future also, we can avoid the war between Hindu and Muslim or Christians or other religious people and other nations also. The nations were for resources, for possessions. Different countries invade the border, comes across the border and acquires some land, property of other nation. This also can be avoided if we know the message of Gita. So Bhagavan gives us solution. This single argument that my religion is the only true religion or superior religion. Other religions are inferior. A boy of a religion, dharma or a sect or religion of India from a place, he joined me at Varanasi railway station. He had no birth. I accommodated him in my birth. He was with a cloth religious teacher like, and after entering and sitting in my bath with me, he said, our religion is superior to your religion. I told, have you studied our religion? Have you read the great life of the great master of your religion? He told, no, sir. How can you conclude? Our teachers say like this. Then I explained him, all religions are true. Bhagavad Gita says, Sri Ramakrishna says, Vivekananda said, and even Hazrat Muhammad, if we study his real life, we will see he also said that don't quarrel with other people of other religious sect. Actually, we do not know, so we fight. So we should study Srimad Bhagavad Gita nicely. Sri Krishna says, in whatever way men approach me, even so do I reward them, for it is my path. God is one. So incidentally, this mantra or sloka was uttered by Swami Vivekananda on the day of inauguration, first day of Parliament of Religion at Chicago, 11th September 1893. This was, if somebody may call coincidence, but it was not coincidence. It is the universal truth. Jye jathamang prapaddante. Now some people might argue that we agree that the universe has but one Lord, but that one Lord is He whom we worship only, and with such name, and not He whom you all worship by another name. In other words, there is an argument that there may be hierarchy in the management of this universe. The God whom you worship may be true and He may exist, but He is inferior to the God whom I worship, as I experienced in the journey. This too is an old argument, and Sri Krishna's words in this matter are amazing. He says in 7th chapter, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam shutre manigana iba. Shri Krishna says here, there exists nothing whatever higher than me, O Dhananjaya. Matta, he says, parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Matta means then me. So I am the highest existence. Who is this I? Is it Sri Krishna? That is one possible way of understanding this mantra. If we do not do that, we get caught in the same argument or a net that we mentioned just now, quarreling. All other conceptions of God are secondary to Sri Krishna. That explanation will lead to fights between those of us who believe in Sri Krishna as the Supreme Lord and those who believe in some other God as the Supreme Lord. Surely, Sri Krishna would not be the cause of such acrimony, since we find him going to great lengths to harmonize all religions, all paths, and all beliefs. What this mantra means is something very simple. There is but one Supreme Lord. Call him by any name, Sri Krishna, Jehovah, Allah, etc. All these names refer to one Supreme Being. All these names are but different precious stones strung on a single thread in an ornament. Therefore, Sri Krishna says, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iba. See how depth Krishna had when he was teaching us through his disciple or relative Arjuna. So there exists nothing, whatever higher than me, O Dhananjaya. I am the Supreme Being. All conceptions of God are but different aspects of me, just like different precious stones strung on a thread. Not just all the conception of God, but even all things that exist are but different beads strung on me, the central thread. When we chant or utter and think the meaning of the mantra, Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, Sarvabhutani Chatmani, Ikshate Yogajuktatma, Sarvatra Samadarshana. So God has such views. He says the Samadarshis, they see, look, Brahmana, Gabi, Hastini, Shuni, Chaiva, Sapake. Brahmana, then Chandala, then dog, other animals, everything as one. Other items, other articles. So God is everywhere, in every being, everything. So Lord further says, Purushasya Parapartha Bhaktya Labhyaskananyaya Jashantastani Bhutani Jena Sarvamidam Tatam. The Supreme Being in whom all beings abide and by whom the entire universe is pervaded can be attained, O Partha, by whole-souled devotion directed to him alone. It may be through meditation, through study circle, and other processes. But if we are really devoted to Lord Krishna, if we study Srimad Bhagavad Gita sincerely, then we will understand this and we will not go to quarrel with others. Actually, other in the form of other, we are there. The Upanishads say, Gita also says that you are in everybody. Everybody is in you. So where does quarrel stand? Where stand? So we can establish peace through Srimad Bhagavad Gita. There is a very beautiful video in YouTube. A dog had a master. He had to be hospitalized for some major illness for over 2 years. When he returned home, he had changed completely. He had long hair and beard. He had lost weight and had become skin and bones. His clothes were all dirty. He had lost weight and become skin and bones. His clothes were all dirty and faded. When he returns home, the dog comes out to meet him. At first, the dog thinks it is a stranger. Then slowly, he comes near him and starts sniffing him. Immediately, it recognizes that it is his own master. So Sri Krishna very gently points out that if we fight over religion and over our different conception of God, it is because we have no true devotion to God. If we are devoted to God, then God will show us that I am in different forms, in different religions, in different sects. Don't fight with your brothers or your own self. So, the one true God appears in various forms. This was really unique in Sri Ramakrishna. He practiced all religion and realized this truth of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is the contribution of Sri Ramakrishna in the modern world. The true devotee will recognize the Lord in whatever form he comes. Thus, true devotion is the real solution for world peace. This is preached in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How do genuine spiritual people interact with one another? I will cite one very good example. I shall give you one amazing instance. Manmathanath Ghosh, a Brahma Samaj devotee, writes in his reminiscences of Sri Ramakrishna, after I was married, I could not visit the master as I had to go here and there looking for a job. At last, I secured a position with Raleigh Brothers, but my monthly salary was so small that I could not afford to hire a carriage to go to the office. I had to walk back and forth from our house on Bidon Street to the office in Dharmatala via Gedatala. One evening, as I was passing by the Gedatala mosque, I heard the loud prayer of a Muslim fakir. Oh, my beloved, please come, oh, my beloved. He was repeating this prayer with love and longing as tears rolled down his cheeks. Suddenly, I saw Sri Ramakrishna climb down from a hired carriage and rush up to the fakir. The two embraced each other. This incident happened when the master was returning from Kalighat after visiting the Divine Mother there. What a wonderful sight it was. I believe that if we study Srimad Bhagavad Gita sincerely, if we think of all the lives of great men, then we will also do like that. Sometimes I say to my students, I tell my students, if on the stage, if all the great teachers appear, will they start fighting? Never. They will embrace each other. They will do namaskara to each other. They will worship each other. They will love each other. So, Srimad Bhagavad Gita says to do it. Bhagavan Krishna advises us not to fight. So, Swami Vivekananda said on 27th September 1893, help and not fight. Actually, Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, they lived the life of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gita was translated into their personal life. So help and not fight. Assimilation, not destruction. Harmony and peace, not dissension. This was the last message. Swamiji says, this should be written, this will be written one day on the banner or flag of all religions. This is the ideal of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita Research Foundation is working for this goal only. I will request the organizers, the executives to strive for this, to establish the unique message of Bhagavan Sri Krishna for global peace. The true devotees of the Supreme Lord abiding in all alike. Bhagavan says, Samang sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameswaram vinashyati abhinashyantam ya pashyati sa pashyati. The true devotee sees the Supreme Lord abiding in all alike. If anyone truly loves God, whatever conception of God, he will gradually start seeing his God in all beings around him. This is a psychological necessity. The key point here is true devotion. As long as our devotion is not true, we will continue to see different things and difference in others. But God is not one more thing amongst the innumerable things we see around us. As Sri Krishna so wonderfully pointed out, God is the connecting thread among all things that exist. We see innumerable different things. What concepts all of them, what connects all of them is God. We all have various versions of God, but all of those versions will conform to this one condition. What is that condition? That there is something that connects everything that exists. And a true devotee will be able to see that connecting link. Therefore, he will bring peace and not be a cause of any disturbance in the world. Samam pashyami sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram na hinasti atmanam tato jati parangatim. This is in 13th chapter, 28th sloka. Because he sees the Lord present alike everywhere, he does not injure himself or others, and there he reaches the supreme state. This is the only way to world peace according to Sri Krishna. In the 16th chapter, Sri Krishna enumerates the qualities of persons who do not strive for spiritual development. They fight. Such persons are invariably arrogant, ambitious, possessive, and vulgar. Being highly self-opinionated, they consider themselves as all-knowing. They have no patience to see any point of view other than their own. Such highly egotistic persons are invariably at the root of all disturbances in the world. Then Sri Krishna generalizes the psychology of all those who cause disturbance to themselves, and he gives solution also afterwards and others in this world. He says, Trividam narakashedam daram nasanamatmana kama krodha tatha lobhastasmad etatrayam tajet. These three are the gateways of this hell, leading to the ruin of the self. What are these three? Lust, wrath or anger, and greed. Therefore, let man renounce these three, kama, krodha, lobha. Etair vimuktah konteya tamoddaraistribhi narah acharattatmana shreya tato jati param gatim. The man who has escaped these three gates of darkness, O son of Kunti, practices what is good for himself and thus attains the Supreme Lord and go to establish peace. We must appreciate the beauty of the message of the Bhagavad Gita here. World peace seems to be a national or international issue. Actually, world peace is entirely personal. If all the people in this world are peaceful, world peace will be an invariable result. In fact, there is no way we can achieve world peace by any means other than setting the individual right ourselves to correct. We have tried all sorts of national and international means for establishing world peace. We have had the police force and the army in every nation. We have had the League of Nations and United Nations organization, but nothing seems to reduce the hatred and bring about world peace. Why? The individual person is not at peace. He is disturbed. Again and again, he enters the three doors of hell, kama, krodha, and lobha. Again and again, peace is disrupted within the individuals and in the society. Unless the individuals has learned to renounce these three, he will repeatedly enter actually darkness and create hell for those around him, and peace will not be established. So Bhagavan Krishna gives in 17th chapter a sort of education for establishing peace. He has described three forms of tapasya, sadhana, spiritual practice to purify our own self. These are called Sharirik Tapaha, Manasik Tapaha, Bangmaya Tapaha. So here Lord Krishna says, Devadija, Guru Pragyam, Pujanam Saucham Arjavam, Brahmacharyam, Ahimsacha, Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So what is Shariram Tapa? Or physical austerity. This is, he says, education for the thought, word and deed is what Krishna prescribes. People have to be trained in to worship the gods, respect the elders in society, respect and obey their teachers, and show deference to the wise men or leaders. People must be trained in cleanliness. Next, the Bhagavan will say, so in cleanliness and uprightness, continence, brahmacharya, ahimsa, non-violence. This is the training. This training is said to be the training of the body or the sharirik tapaha. Then Lord says, Anudvegakarang Bhakyam, Shatyam, Priyahitan Chajat, Shadhaya, Adhyasanam Chaiva, Bangmayam, Tapa Uchyate. We must train our people to speak in such a way that their words do not give offense to others or hurt others. The words we use must be truthful, pleasant, and beneficial. Everywhere you will see vain talk. Such type of interaction will certainly disrupt the peace. Most importantly, people must be taught to engage in regular recitation of the Holy Scriptures, Sadhaya. This training is said to be the training of speech. People then Mana prasada samyattam, maunam, atma vinigraha, bhavasham suddhiritetat tapo manasam uchyate. Lord says, people need to be taught to cultivate serenity of mind, calmness of mind, gentleness, silence, self-control, and purity of heart. This training constitutes the training of the mind or manasik tapaha. Gradually, as a result of this education, peace will enter the heart of the individual. When the number of such peaceful individuals increases in society, world peace will automatically get established. We know there is a very beautiful book on peace pilgrim. There was a lady who traveled more than 25,000 miles, walking, and with only one message, peace, peace, peace. I request everybody to go through this book. This book was advised by the teachers of IIT Madras, Chennai, for all engineering students. So I will not go to the details, how a lady dedicated her life for peace only. So he was called Peace Pilgrim. Wherever he went, he talked on God, the essence of all religions, and her personal life was very honest. He struggled hard. He sacrificed, she sacrificed her life for peace only. So she was called Peace Pilgrim. So gradually, as a result of education, peace will enter the heart of the individual. When the number of such peaceful individuals increases in society, world peace will automatically get established. Let me quote Sri Sarada Devi. In the last time, before last breath, 1 or 2 days, she told to the mother, Annapurna, or mother of Annapurna, she says, if you want peace, oh my dear mother, don't try to see the fault of others. Try to see the fault of yours. Make everybody your own. Nobody is an alien or enemy. The world is yours. Really, the world is ours, this beautiful world. An American lady, Dana Johar, who is the writer of a very beautiful book on values. She writes, one day at night, she was taking her 5-year-old or 4-year-old son to the bed. The boy asked, Mother, why Lord has given me birth? The mother took a week. She was PhD in physics from MIT, USA. She told, my dear son, please give me 7 days time. After 7 days, study. She told, Lord has given you birth to change the present status of the world. The restless. I conclude, my time is over. I am very happy to Mr. Datta and others to invite me and to all of you who are listening me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar to everybody.